Have you ever heard of fandom, cosplay, or furries? More and more San Diegans are dressing up in costumes to socialize. Some say they're misfits, maybe even nerds, but they do seem to be having fun.
This is a partial furry suit. It's basically when you make your own character, like an animal character, and you wish to be them. So basically, I've had this dream since I was small. When I first saw one of these, I caught my interest. So I decided, after I got some time and I met some friends which like the same things, I decided to make my own. There's huskies, there's dragons, there's bunny rabbits.
How did you come across it when you were...
I think this was another convention actually. Like the last convention I was at was a Kumacon.
Okay.
And this fur person approached me. And I know what they look like. And they're very interesting to talk to. So I got really excited hanging out with them. And there's about 20 of them that I met that day. And they were all spread across,
Yeah, and it's such a type of fandom that not many people know about.
No.
But it is very popular.
Some people have a very bad reputation of them. Furries isn't like all this pretty stuff. It's also a lot of work goes into it, creating this character.
For my research and stuff, I found it that it was a release. Is it a release for you?
Oh,
A way
yeah.
to express yourself.
It's a way to express people. When people can't actually see your face, you can be whoever you want to be. Be yourself, express anything. I'm scared of people.
Yeah.
But when you're inside one of these, that completely changes. You feel a bit awkward at first, but you get so used to it, you want to always be like this person.
Back when I was kind of like 14, 15, I kind of got into it because I just loved, childhood loved, talking animals, like the Lion King, anything with a talking animal in it.
Hakuna Matata ain't no passing craze. It means no worries for the rest of your days.
And I went online and I soon realized it was a thing, but it was really kind of like an American thing. And I loved the art. I thought it was colorful. I thought it was lively. Actually, the pinnacle of it was leaving cert when I was stuck at a desk, trying to study for the whole thing. I just ended up spending my studying hours going online and talking to people. And then when college came around, I started going out more. Like real life obviously takes priority, and I started going out more, and then started dating and that type of stuff. So I'm just really not one anymore.
Oh well, Hakuna Matata.
I love the art, I kind of love the fandom, I love the whole idea of it, but I never put on a suit. The suits scare me to death. They're these bulky things with creepy glass or plastic eyes, and I can just imagine there is somebody sweating balls in there. It's just really unappealing. And then there's people that they do get sexual gratification from it. They draw the animals in human kind of form, human kind of. But it's that Space Jam from the 90s, the Bugs Bunny, Michael Jordan thing. Do you remember Laurie Bunny, or wait, what's her name? Lola Bunny or something. Do you remember she was drawn to be as sexy as possible or something? That's kind of what they that's what they're into. It never really did much for me, to be honest, but that is what a lot of people are into and what they're still into. For me, it was at the time I wasn't really happy with myself, with my own image, so I kind of just liked this what you call it, it's a fursona, fursona, and it's nice. It's it's for people that aren't really happy with themselves, but you grow as a person, you learn to love yourself. And then some people don't. Some people are still doing it well into their mid-30s, but it's just, it was fun for a while. I met interesting people who liked what I liked, who watched what shows I liked, watched what movies I liked. But then again, it was all in America. It was all online. It was it wasn't here, it wasn't in the real world. And I kind of, in the summer, just before college started, I had this opportunity to go to like a really nice, like cool party, and I didn't, because I just wanted to stay like online. And I realized that's not like what you want to do with your life. That's not how you want to be. So I just kind of, it just declined then.
It's our problem-free philosophy, Hakuna Matata.
My name's Axel, in the Furry Fandom, of course, and I don't know, I've been part of it for a while. I just always was interested in animals in general, and especially the anthropomorphic drawings of animals, similar to like you'd see in cartoons, and like, you know,
we just like art, and
in that sense of the word.
we kind of just appreciate art more than your average person. So we draw for each other.
It's the community, like they're a really, really nice bunch of people, and they just share an interest with people. And all the suit and stuff, it's kind of, most furries will have their own persona, like their persona, like I'm a German Shepherd. But it kind of, for people who would be more introverted and the likes of that, for them suiting up or to be engaging in these fandoms, kind of brings them out of their shell and like makes them the person that they probably see themselves more as. Stuff like that. Also, we get to share stuff like art, music, all this other wonderful stuff.
We live so far apart
Yeah.
that the conventions is kind of, there's like 50 of us, so it's kind of a way for us to meet together, if you get me? All that, yeah.
No one judges you.
Usually I'm kind of more of the shy and quiet type where I just kind of sit in the corner of class and try not to get noticed by the teacher. Whenever I come here, it's like opening a door and, you know, everybody's kind of like, oh, you're that person, I know that person. It's like, oh, hey. And then it's like, can I take a photo with you? And, you know, usually you'd be afraid to ask these questions, but here it feels like it's a whole different atmosphere. It's kind of, you can walk up to anybody and ask for a hug. Whereas if you kind of ask it, like, you know, in the streets, they're kind of going to give you this look, what, like, are you insane?
Actually my first year at Kaizoku, so it's my first time in Cork as well, yeah. But like I got into like basically the cosplay fandom like pretty young. I was only like 13 or 14. And it was basically just because I was Googling like the characters because I used to draw a lot. And then I found people online who like dressed up as them and I was like, I want me some of that.
I actually love animals a lot, and I was going to like cosplay as an animal, but then I just reverted to something else. But yeah, I really love animals as well.
Specifically like Star Wars, I've like liked them since I was like pretty young. Like I watched all the films, and I always liked the Ewoks because they were like so tiny and they just looked like teddy bears. So like that's what I'm dressed as today. There's like a specific one called Wicket. So like he's the one I'm like dressed up as today, but I decided to do like kind of a like rave version. Thought like if I went to conventions and like dressed up, I'd like make friends, which I did. So you know that was nice.
No, we literally just met
We just met just there before you came, because we just thought we were like bunny
brothers. We gotta take photos.
Yeah, I have heard of the Furry Fandom, yeah. I'm actually friends with some of the people who like make the fursuits, and I'm like forever jealous because this is all I can do with fur, whereas like they can make like quad suits and like to scale heads and everything, and I'm just like, oh, I'm just gonna make a skirt.
I've heard of that fandom, but it's hated by many. I'm not particularly like, I don't really know much on like that fandom, but I just know it's hated by so many people.
I can agree with that. A lot of people give them hate, but I don't really mind them. I mean, it's kind of impressive making a whole like suit for yourself and walking around in it. And you know, it must be annoying getting your like when you make your paws and you're getting dirt dirty, walking outside. But they look kind of cool, you know. Say you still feel more confident as yourself here than anywhere else as well. Like even if you're not dressing up. You kind of it's just a really nice atmosphere.
I find with this place is that like especially when you have a costume, you're actually able to put on a different persona and you're more confident. But like if you're yourself, you're kind of like, oh, you're not really confident with yourself, but dressed up as something else is kind of like the same with acting as well. You just like put on a front that like gives you the ability to like make friends.
Test the water, walk on ice. And if I lose myself at all,